lot to get through today, and bonus time is full, I tell you, of stories, some of which may become videos at the end of the week. I'm going to say this in the kindest possible way. I'm sick and tired of the shenanigans that I am subjected to by the powers that be at the tube. YouTube has found a unique way to try to frustrate me by turning off my comments for the video I dropped this morning. So before it even did anything, I had no comments. In fact, I wouldn't have known that if it weren't for a wonderful viewer on X. So do follow me on X. Let me know stuff that's going on with my videos. Let me know news that you want me to cover, because apparently the only thing I can count on now is that particular piece of social media. So if you haven't already seen today's video, please watch it immediately after this particular live stream. I watch it twice. Leave comments, leave tons of comments, share it around. Please help, because that particular video is being throttled from beginning to end. They don't want to tell the story of the potential things that could be happening on the set of a Marvel film that may be an absolute disaster that's been nothing but a series of disasters. When you look at Avengers Doomsday, well, this is where we're at. And a lot of people are saying, well, bring Kang back at this point. And you know what? They may be right. And I can't believe I just said that. But I want your help. Please help. I don't normally ask for that, but do hit the thumbs up button on this particular stream if you haven't already as well. I'm being throttled with almost zero viewership. That never happens. This is like a channel that has a couple hundred subscribers, not a channel that has over 40,000. I am definitely being throttled. So please help. And I'm not the only one. John the Beagle Dad says, I think Tehran Ares will be full of girl bosses. Well, I mean, the previous film was. Legacy had, a girl boss that, well, if the actress had continued to play that character in this new film, we'd be in big trouble. She's bad news. She's a bad person. She's toxic, and she's very, well, let's just say she found herself in a lot of legal messes. Commander Ed Strake of Shadow, good morning. Good morning to everybody I highlighted on the way in. That's good to see our favorite polar bear, Morgan King, and many others in the house as well. I want to say another special thank you to the Branches. You really are keeping things going. Please follow me on X and follow me over on the Green Machine, despite the fact that I'm never going to ever make the front page over there because I'm not a political channel. It would be great. I'm off to see Nobody 2 again today at some point in time. So, I don't think anybody's going to shake my appreciation of that film, despite the fact that it's not a top 10. I will say a special thank you to Larry Wow. Larry, did you change the way you spell your name? Quartawiz? For 10, Culture Casino cast says, hey, Culture, I saw 9 Inch Nails, awesome, in New York City, and they were incredible. They're always incredible, Larry. They played a song from Tron, and it was pretty awesome. Highly recommend seeing them live if you haven't yet. I have, and I think they're great, and I'm very, very excited, my friend, because they're going to be the best part of the new Tron movie. So there's that. And by the way, I want to say thank you to Just a Dutchie for being here early, because 6 minutes starts now. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, wherever you're and whenever you're watching. Thanks for checking out the 6 Minute Daily. We have a lot to talk about, not a lot of time to do it in, and we're going to have to get through it quickly. I start with the headline of the day, which is Paramount setting the boundaries, setting the expectations, and setting up for go. A return to work order dropped, saying, you guys got to be here because we have a 3-year distribution deal with Legendary. Street Fighter is going to be one of those films, and we also have a huge future in what we're going to do here. So for the next 3 years, it's pedal to the metal for Paramount Studios. Congratulations again to Skydance on the merger, and I think it's about to heat up. I'm stoked. I don't know about you. We got Warner Brothers out there joining a lot of studios in an AI copyright battle against Midjourney. Everybody's doing the pile-on. We'll see how that goes. Want to say a special shout out and thank you to Joseph A., who just dropped 5 Culture Casino memberships. 5 brand new people going green. That's right. That's the offer. That's the excellence that we offer here And I want to say thank you to Joseph for that. Don't forget, tomorrow's Saturday update should be spectacular. Apparently, Street Fighter moves to Paramount. Like I just said, Legendary deal becomes official, and the project has an October 16, 2026 release date as Legendary inks that 3-year deal with Paramount. It's going to be fascinating. And again, this is not the end of it. You have to consider not only is there Street Fighter, but Mortal Kombat is on the way as well. It's going to be fighting movies after fighting movies on various platforms. Now, Dr. Phil fails to get the Trinity Broadcasting CEO ordered to sit for a deposition. That doesn't seem fair. That $500 million deal dispute is insane. And if you can't get the people you need to talk to, that's what I would call limited discovery. Want to say thanks to Larry for another $5 in Culture Casino cash, saying, yes, I agree. I'm excited for the new album, yeah, and I'm looking forward to the soundtrack for the Tron movie, my friend. I understand that completely. Again, very stoked. Let's get to the next story. John Malone, that's right, Liberty Broadcasting, wishes Discovery could have seen Warner Media's full financials before closing the Reverse Morris Trust deal with AT&T, and it surprises me he did not get full due diligence. This man is, pretty much a genius, especially with the Discovery aspect of what they brought to the table. It's interesting to see them split again so soon, but again, it was inevitable. At least that's what I think anyway. I want to say a special thank you and shout out to our friend here, Spirian, who dropped a Culture Casino membership. And we had another green thing flash by I'll have to grab in just a moment, so stick around, don't go anywhere. I will honor you. Why HBO is rebranding everything? Because they need to. They need to go back to like reminding everybody that all their HBO channels still exist in a different form. And I think you're going to see that splitting up into different blades on their applications as well. You got Hello Sunshine naming Marine Polo CEO. Sarah Herndon steps down. Have you ever wondered why that entity is full of ladies? Well, because it was started by a lady, and it's feminist first. We've got Landman. Might as well be Sandman, right? Anyway, Landman Season 2 out there with Sam Elliott in the trailer. I'm going to tell you, I'm very much looking forward to this, despite Sam Elliott's bologna sausage politics. I'm also looking forward to Tulsa King the next season because, it's got some great actors in it. Lots of great actors are going to TV. I wonder why. Well, it's to make money, of course, but also, to distinguish themselves from other actors and get more gigs. Burning Man homicide mystery got a lot murkier. The victim is identified as a Russian man found in a pool of his own blood, and sometimes going to Burning Man isn't fun, especially when you get stuck in the mud. Bill Ackman is backed out of supporting Adams and has turned his support to Cuomo for New York City mayor, urging Adams to step aside. Trump's actually making him an offer he may not be able to refuse, and that'll take some government pressure off of him as well. I think Adams is willing to step aside. Cuomo is willing to step in, and maybe we avoid the socialists around Mamdani. Fox News thrives 2 years after the court settlement because of the interesting position that they took on the 2020 election as far as how it was being conducted. Interesting if the evidence shows that they were right, and you have to turn that settlement back around from, some companies. Elon Musk is in line for a $1 trillion pay package if he's able to perform over the next decade for Tesla. I think he likely will. Seems like you set a goal for this guy, and not only does he achieve it, he stomps it. And he does a good job of that as well. Wall Street holding near records, despite the fact that the U.S. job market is slowed because, the Fed is artificially keeping the rates too high for business investment. You want to see employment go up through the roof, allow them to borrow money at a reasonable rate. Stupid Fed. We hate that Powell guy. Hiring stalls with U.S. companies, as I said, because of the Fed. Not super fan of that guy. Pentagon-funded research actually helped China. That's not good. The House GOP report says that it kind of did the worst thing possible. Gave China an edge. Trump's gloating over the disgusting Dem representative, Jerry Nadler, the poop and waddle guy. He's a pathetic lightweight and is bailing out. And finally, we have the bear story of the day. An Arkansas's bear attack victim is identified, flown to UAMS at Little Rock, and They're now testing to see if the bear had rabies. This is not a good sign for that guy, and I'm hoping for a recovery. A quick one. We've got some bonus time conversation to have, and we have some acknowledgments to make. So stick around, folks. This may go a full hour, and I would appreciate you being here. By the way, do me a favor today. Make sure you watch today's video and please comment on it and comment on this as well. If you haven't had your comment here highlighted, it's coming, because I promise you we have to get to some super chats and some super opportunities and some lovely gifties, because Tony Piacente, the one that I missed, dropped five. What? Not even five. Goodness. Man, I need to clean my glasses. 10 Culture Casino memberships. We are getting there, folks. We are aiming at 100. By the way, in the chat right now is a very special lady. That's right. I'm not going to do my strip club announcer voice, but I am going to say thank you to Horror with Nads, who is amazing. Do check out her channel. Again, I'm a huge horror film fan, talk about horror when I can, and she has a whole channel dedicated to it. She does shows throughout the week, has great videos. She's a lovely lady and one of the featured guests on Campione Reacts, which this weekend is going to start recording brand fresh videos with people like Horror with Nad. So this next week is all about the new channel, and hopefully you get a chance to check that out. I want to say thanks again to all of you who were here nice and early. I said many thanks to Be More Better, and to the beautiful Deeple who's in the house. Yes, the beautiful Deeple identified on the green machine. If and when I get to the beautiful Deeple, the RDJ video had comments disabled on this morning, and I'm going to tell you this right now, folks. I didn't disable them. YouTube did, because that's the only other party involved in the transaction. When I set a video alight, I have not changed any settings on YouTube for a long time, and so today I need your help. I need your help, because this is not something that I did. And thank you, Deeple, for checking that. I also had some other folks checking things. Nadia, do me a favor, dear. Double check that your comments on your videos are turned on each and every time. Maybe even screenshot it, because that kind of shenanigans is no bueno, for sure. John says, I'll make 10 pertinent comments. Thank you, John. I appreciate it. Your comments are appreciated. Hey, Chef Eddie's in the house. Bears are delicious. Yeah, there's certain parts of me you don't want to eat because you could get toxified, especially their liver. But yeah, big fan of game in many forms, as a form of food. That's what they're supposed to be. We're supposed to be good stewards of the land, and we're not being very good stewards. Now we're letting certain species run roughshod. Wolves have now grown beyond the point of being endangered in any way in certain areas of the country, and are actively going after livestock in more aggressive ways. Not a big, the ranchers aren't a big fan of wolves, let's say. What else is happening out there? It's not. I want to say thank you to Tony. I misidentified the number of gifties. Thank you for 10, my friend. Razorbird in the house, another rivet head here. Larry's a rivet head. We all are. Many of us are anyway. I want to say thank you. And hey, that was a great honor horror panel at Dragon Con. Chris Gore hosted it. Really? Okay. I needed to go. Next year, I'll make it to Dragon Con. How about that? Mark Santos in the house. Good to see you, buddy. And we got a lot of bonus to talk about. We also have to say thank you to Angela Richter for her 25 months of diligent service among the Culturians, Praetorian Guard, let's say, regular gifty person out there. 25 months saying, and this is unimportant, good morning. Sorry I was late. You were never late, dear. Thank you for being here. Always bring the tiger energy. I love it. JPS in the house. What's up, JPS? Good morning to you. Randy Thodo. What's up? Curses Dr. Doom. Yeah, that video today, I'm telling you, if half of the things that are being revealed from the set of Avengers Doomsday are accurate, which I have no reason to doubt, especially after some of the stuff I've heard that I can't report on, they got big problems, kids. Huge. Tobach, what's up, my friend? Good to see you. Let's see. I think I said hi. Yeah, I said hi to Mark Santos. There's the lovely lady saying hi to everybody, including Davina Duckworth. Look at all of these people. You guys are great. We got Cat Slave 56. Aren't we all? Oh my goodness, I caught you live. Yes, you did. It's better than catching me dead. That's for sure. And that's unfortunate what happened at Burning Man. But Burning Man is a often violent and drug fueled location, let's say. So I'm not actually surprised. I want to say a special shout out and thank you to Angela for gifting another Culture Casino membership. Thank you, dear. The man himself, Mr. Karaoke. Outlaw Bill out there. Good morning to you, my friend. If you're looking for karaoke, this is the guy. This is your pal. This is your friend. Grim is out there saying, hail to the man that has disappeared forever, and it's great to see Ruben Christopher Haynes. Wow, Ruben, how you doing, buddy? I hope you're doing well. It's been a hot minute since I've seen you. Hope all is going great, my friend. Let's see. I haven't seen Kit Kat with a Kit Kat recently. I hope Kit Kat's doing okay. The lovely Dragon Queen. Oh no, I'm slow. You're not slow, but I'm glad you're here, dear. And keep making those videos. I really appreciate that. Almighty Black As. Never been to Burning Man. Well, it's an adventure I don't often encourage people to do. But let's get into some bonus time, folks. We got some stories I think you will give you a laugh. At least this first one. I think. Talking about I think. Do. All right. Where's the share screen? Oh, it's right here. We're gonna have to shrink this down. Ooh. No. There we go. Meghan Markle suffers a setback. Oh, no. Season 2 of Netflix series With Love, Meghan fails to crack the top 10. Of course it does. The phenomena that it was claimed to be in the first part of last season, it was not. Nobody's super excited. Nobody cares. I don't care. I want to say thank you to Dragon Queen, who I care about, for $2, saying, sorry, I was constructing a demon this morning. Really? You're building out your space again. That's awesome. Have fun with that. I'm gonna have to get some of those. There's the derpy dragon or whatever that thing was from K-pop Demon Hunters. I think I'm gonna get one of those because they have like various forms of them, and it just looks fun. Anyway, so season 2 of the Netflix series is not doing great. Meghan Markle suffered yet another setback as season 2 of her Netflix series. With Love, Meghan has failed to crack the top 10 list. The Duchess of Sucketh. I love the people of that area. I'm just saying she sucketh. Lifestyle series dropped on the streaming platform on August 26th and featured guest appearances from Markle's celeb pals like the pizza lover Chrissy Teigen, Tan France, Jay Shetty, and more. By the way, outside of the pizza lover Chrissy Teigen, I have no idea who Tan France is. Sounds like people who lay out topless or something. And then Jay Shetty, that's not a great name. Imagine what we would call somebody like that on the schoolyard. But just hours after its release, the show had already been brutally bashed by UK critics because nobody likes her, including me. The series is tone deaf, needy, and self-indulgent. Of course, it's Meghan Markle. Narcissism run amok and in full view of the public. So yeah, she did not do well. The ratings appeared to echo that sentiment, and I think it'll stay down. It had less than 2.1 million views within its first week, according to Forbes, and they would know. To compare it with the show's first season, which was also eviscerated by critics, including me and mostly George the Giant Slayer. You should follow George. He's great. Inside the top 10 chart after netting 2.6 million views in the first week. Yeah, this thing is going to be sliding down the mountain. Not only did season 2 fail to rank by Netflix metrics, this also didn't make the Illuminate's top 50. Yikes sauce. Man, that's not bueno. That's anti-bueno. But hey, what do you expect from the Duchess of Sucketh? Anyway. Speaking of George, I miss George. I haven't seen George in a while. Has anybody seen George other than on his shows? I was kind of worried. So anyway, this is basically a familiar repeat of what season 1 was. The guest, there's many guest appearances on this, and this is a set. This isn't even a real like inside the house thing. So you can follow this story over on New York Post. I'm sure they will continue to update it, but the Duchess of Sucketh continues to suck. And I think that's funny. I don't know about you guys, but let's take a look, see if you guys have any thoughts on that. Chris Dickerson out there says, I have an anti Buena. What? Bueno. Is that what? I can't read. Bueno. Okay. You have an anti Bueno. All right. That's kind of fun. A good aunt. Randall Orser, one of our famous Canadians here, says, her show is sliding down a hill of shite. Yes. Well, I think we can smell it from here. Social media on social media. Hate is disturbing. Well, unfortunately, that's what they have to do these days. George Morales II is here. Says it's a foo or foo dog, not a dragon. That's right. You're right. You're right. Still, neat character design. I thought Derpy Dragon. Or Derpy Dog. Tobak, there's a meme of Meghan Markle that with white blotches on her blouse, and the caption reads, "When Elton John farts in your direction." Whoa. Wop wop. There you are. Hey, Carl Singh is out there, says, how is Meghan Markle still relevant? She's not. But she gets great deals, lots of first deals. Netflix gives those out like they're candy. I mean, you know, kind of like Warner Brothers was doing back in the day before the current leadership took over. A first look deal with JJ that really produces nothing. That was one of those things. CC, hey, CC, you said that's anti bueno. Oh, I have an anti bueno. I got it. Thank you, Chris. I was confused. Yeah. But that doesn't take much these days, to be fair. Look, I do read a lot of the Post because, well, it's believe it or not, despite some of the tabloid tendencies that they have accurate news stories. They have to, so they don't get sued. Unlike the New Yorker, which is doing some silly things, I'm not really going to cover a story that reveals exactly how tainted the New Yorker is, but they actually invited to speak at a festival a pro activity September 11th advocate to speak. That's how corrupted they are. There's the New Yorkers brings in somebody who was in favor of the planes crashing into the towers. That's wild. Let's see what else is out there. Bernie Madoff. Let's talk some Bernie. Why not? Of course, it's not Bernie. It's one of the whistleblowers out there, but a Bernie Madoff whistleblower sounds the alarm on woke CFA Institute. Yep. A veteran financial analyst alerted clients to fraudster Bernie Madoff long before his infamous Ponzi scheme was unraveled, and is now sounding the alarm on the woke management of the CFA Institute. On the Money has learned. That's a section of the New York Post. Chris Cutler, a longtime CFA member, former vice chair of the CFA Society of New York, and founder of a hedge fund consulting firm called Manager Analysis Services, is reaching out to members to join him in an effort to demand changes at the national nonprofit organization. Well, I think we're going to have to eliminate any taxpayer-funded nonprofit organization because they're really killing us. But anyway, NGOs, non-governmental organizations, are really a corrupt form of distributing funds, places, Not necessarily for the reasons they're intended, but that's an entirely other conversation. Anyway, his efforts come after On the Money reported exclusively last month about complaints among National CFA Institute members about the leadership of its current CEO, Margaret Franklin, including the group's full-on embrace of the controversial diversity, equity, and collusion hiring practices. And that's actually illegal. So they should be hosed by the government, probably even shut down at this point. The institute was told on the money it is reviewing its DEI policies following court decisions that cast doubt on its legality. Doubt? It's illegal, and it always has been. And any company and or organization that has utilized that as a practice should be sued to their socks and not allowed to be in existence anymore. Although I don't think that's practical. It's about to happen. So it is what it is. So, yep, DEI is the death knell for a lot of things. So consider it a warning, let's say. Hey, we got 6 in the house. The lovely 6 is here this morning. I hope you're doing well, dear. We've got more on the horizon here, including, information that we may have had or could have had, and even more woke Black Widow. I don't know how that's possible, but it could have showed up there. Could have been wild. Could have been the way it was. We're going to get into the story in just a moment. Lightning Sketch Productions asks a question in the chat. Any chance that the new discrimination lawsuit will be cause for Disney's finances to be looked into? Could be. The more discrimination that is found and retaliation in the case of this particular case that you're talking about, it could definitely be out there. Culture's hair looks freshly washed well and conditioned too. Probably why it's super shiny today. But yeah, and then I think that's a good reason. But any reason's a good reason to look into Disney's financial manipulations, let's say, to be kind. Mark Daly's out in the house. Great to see you, my friend. Dr. Jill Powers working hard. And let's get into the story. This is fun, guys. I'm having a good time. I hope you are too. DEI, delenda est. Yes. All right, back to it. We got to get to the share here. Okay, so the Black Widow movie we got was sanitized. This actually got dropped this morning. Ron Bradley wrote the story on this from a unique perspective, an angle that he seems to have on this particular thing. ScarJo's original vision was much darker and way more feminist. I added the way more, but it was definitely going to be more feminist. The message, a phrase coined by YouTube star The Critical Drinker, is a phrase his audience has come to know well. It exemplifies the era of woke movies that all seem to convey that you, the audience, have been brought up wrong and we're using our platform to scold you. So apparently that was the original plan, which, you know what? As nice as she is on the eyes, doesn't mean she's terribly bright. But it was during this period that the Me Too and the Time's Up movements took hold. And at the same time, promptly collapsed within 2 years because they really were just about a power grab. And that's actually the truth. So some critics have argued that the conversation often painted men broadly in a negative light, always, and in that cultural atmosphere shaped much of what came up on screen. Marvel's Black Widow reflected those influences with clear parallels to the Weinstein scandal dominating the headlines that basically showed that Oprah and her very powerful friends were delivering young actors and actresses into a den of not just inequity, but scumbags. Complete scumbags like Weinstein. But the recent Ray Winstone interview gave us a lot of revelations about what was going to be portrayed there. He was recently honored at the Sarajevo Film Festival with an honorary Heart of Sarajevo award, an accolade he received for his career contributions in the film industry. And this is a guy that called out Marvel 3 ways to Sunday on many occasions. So while being interviewed, he gave a few striking comments about his time as Dreykov, which shed new light on just how dark the film was originally intended to be. He explained that Kate Shortland, director of Black Widow, pressed for a completely monstrous take on the character. He was like a giant thing running around all these girls, and um, they'd become Black Widows, Weinstein stated. We used to get applauded on set. It was probably the best thing I've done in a really long time. Well, thank you for the revelation. But after initial filming wrapped and it hit the editing room, Marvel execs weren't pleased with what they were seeing and called for reshoots. I got a call saying we need to do some reshoots. To say how many scenes. Kate says all of them. All of them. All of his scenes had to be reshot. So I said she should recast the role, but I was contracted, so I had to do it. I go back, they do my hair all nice, put me in the suit, and I couldn't do it. I'd already done it, he stated. He was apparently heartbroken that that monstrous take was put on the cutting room floor. Not that the film was received very well to begin with, but even after all those redos, there's nothing worse than doing something, leaving it on the floor, and then being told it's not right. Well, it wasn't right. And despite the fact that they cut it, this was a terrible film. And the overall messaging certainly didn't change. But the interview with Empire Magazine with Johansson says, I think the film in particular is very much reflective of what's going on in regards to the Time's Up movement and the Me Too movement. Of course, it would be such a miss if we didn't address that stuff. And yeah, that's all you've been doing, Scar Joe, sweetheart. That's what killed the film. Cinema is bagging on the men who made it popular. You destroyed it. Instead of going after the actual bad actors in an aggressive way, you went after the audience, which is terrible, and which is why things failed. But yeah, Winstone's interview is a confirmation of just how heavy this messaging was intended to be, and didn't end up being all as heavy as that, which is a good thing. But we almost got an even worse film, guys. And that's saying something. Don't attack your audience should be rule one when it comes to making film, at least as far as I'm concerned. Do me a favor, everybody, and double check you are subscribed to the channel if you're here, and double check you've hit the like button, and then go after this show and watch today's video, because for whatever reason, I was sabotaged and the video had no comments on. I've changed that, turned the comments back on. And so I'm going to keep checking that throughout the day. If I am sabotaged again, I'm going straight to YouTube and social media to proclaim that loud and clear, because nobody in their right mind these days would release a video without their comments on, because of what YouTube is using for a measuring bar, let's say. I'm going to double check my comments are still on as we're live on the show, and make sure that we are a go. Comments are still on. Thank goodness. That was very frustrating. You guys have no idea. I was like, I didn't change anything. So lots of people saying nice things on the video comments. Thank you for that. All right, let's get back to even more, or your thoughts on what's going on there. I'd rather eat at Cracker Barrel. I like Cracker Barrel. It's very good. Or it used to be. You know, now I guess a lot of frozen stuff. Our good friend Native Hawaiian 808 Forever says hello to Fletch. I didn't even see Fletch. Thank you for that. Cat Slave says, if Hollywood went after the bad actors, there'd be few executives, producers, and directors left. I agree. You know what? Gunn's going to fall under scrutiny again, by the way. There's just too much out there he's putting on display. His thought process is not great. Except when CC insults me. Did I insult you? I never insult you. I like my audience. I don't attack my audience. My main complaint with Rumble is I only get notifications a day or two after the stream. Yeah, because they really don't have a solid thing set up. It's not. It's designed for a very specific kind of talk. And if you don't know the shows on at a given time, you're always going to miss it. Tony, I was confused last night when I watched and you were asking for comments and I couldn't. Yeah, it's very strange. I don't know what's going on. Again, I sent it out. That was a members first video and it definitely did not have comments turned off. So it's very strange. Thank you for letting me know right away. It seems to have helped. Right now, the video is jumping up viewership wise, and it's illustrating something that is very important. The creators never say out loud, I'm going to say now. Thank you. Thank you for watching the video. Thank you for commenting on the video after the desperate plea this morning. You have to that's how you support creators. If you want creators to grow, you make comments on their videos, you watch their videos, if you don't want to be unsubscribed, you watch a couple of their videos in a row. I created a playlist courtesy and thanks to Six for all the recent videos. I said this week's videos, there's probably a couple weeks worth of videos on there now. I'll start removing some of the ones from the previous week, and it'll make it so if you watch all of those, you'll not only not get unsubscribed from the creator, but you'll drive more viewers to the channel. So I appreciate that. And I appreciate everybody's efforts. It really does make a difference. So throughout the day, if you guys can, comment, promote the video on your socials, make sure you've already hit the like. It does make a huge difference. Snakes is having the same problem too. After 13 months of being here, says YT hates me too. My comments are often invisible. That's insane. Why? Because we don't say the approved messaging. Yeah. I mean, that's the only reason to turn me off, is I just speak my mind. I speak the truth. And I stopped filtering about a year and a half ago. The only things that now that I filter are some of the dirty words that I would think of at sometimes when I'm really frustrated. But every once in a while, something sneaks out. I just try not to do it on this show because there's a decent chance there's kids in the car or even in the bus because we have some wonderful bus drivers here as well. We got Biggles Mets out there. We got Cynthia Carter out there. Great to see you. Says, oof, day has to get started here for me. Have a wonderful day and weekend. You too, Cynthia. I hope you have a great weekend. Cracker Barrel used to be good before they started microwaving their food. Yeah, I know, JPS. It was a great place to stop on the road. It's funny because about the time I guess they were going bad, I was stopping at Buc-ee's instead because it's a mall. It's not a mall, but it's a lot of gas and it's a lot of stuff inside. It's like getting gas at the Walmart. It really is. Plus the food's great. You can get good to go food in there and it speeds up your road trip a little bit because you're not sitting down to eat, but that's different. I wish Marvel would not even touch X-Men. Almighty Black As, my friend, I'm with you 100%. The minute they touch it, it's going to go super stinky. Fortunately, the sensibilities of somebody like Ryan Reynolds, as far as films go, are in line with what Fox was already producing. If Disney puts their paws on it and tries to Disney it up, it's going to kill it. Oh, by the way, in the video I did release today about the struggles behind the scenes for Avengers Doomsday, I did let out of the bag that they are very close to being at 50% or over 50% of female superheroes, meaning that the created heroes of the modern age, let's say the last 15 to 20 years in the comics, and the dramatic shift in the success of the comics, in other words, the lack of success, are correlated. So you will see a lot of characters that take liberties to push the well, not even just race swap, the gender swap stuff, and get rid of the real characters. And that's been Disney's damage for however long. It truly has. Save the playlist. That's right. Save the playlist to your channel. Culture will keep it updated. I will. So you can access the most current videos. Thank you, Six. You are the best around. And if you have that playlist and you click on it every week, you're going to be helping out a bunch. YT hates conservatives for sure. I got banned for saying there are. Yeah. Some of the stuff is definitely filtered and treated as such. Walter Tomaszewski out there, good to see you, buddy. Panera Bread isn't doing much better than Crackle Barrel. No, the minute that they started using a bunch of filler ingredients in the things that they made, the quality of the food fell, the quality of the service fell, and the customers fell out of love with Panera Bread. It's also far too expensive for the offerings. Barry the Music Man in the house. Good to see you, my friend. Um, oh, you should have slept in. Oh no, Putin's cat isn't thrilled with what I'm covering. Well, here, I got something for you, Putin's. Let's talk a little bit of One Piece while we have the time. You see, One Piece is renewed for season 3. Season 2 is not even out yet. The first look at season 2 is dropped. And you can take a look at this. Raven Redgrave wrote this. Thank you, Raven. Talented writer and contributor to That Park Place. Netflix has renewed One Piece for season 3. Of course they have. This thing is gonna there's so much background material here. This thing could go on for 100 years. Anyway, the news came during this year's One Piece Day celebration in Tokyo, where the streaming giant also unveiled the first images of season 2. Season 2 into the Grand Line. And here we are. See, Luffy and crew finally set sail into the Grand Line. Look at that screenshot of Wapple. Uh, uh, I can't wait to see this. So yeah, there's so much source material. I mean, this thing will go on forever. But Netflix official description promises fiercer adversaries and the most perilous quests yet, with bizarre islands, unpredictable seas, and powerful enemies waiting at every stop. For longtime fans, the Grand Line represents the true heart of One Piece, and adapting these arcs faithfully will be key in winning over skeptics of live action anime projects. And I'll tell you what, the first season was good. I hope it's even better. Hey, Lightning Sketch Productions once again drops another super duper chat for 5 Culture Casino Cash saying, sorry for the constant questions. No, my friend, I don't mind at all. I keep anticipating the rebirth of Disney in my lifetime. And while that is possible, I hope you're young, because in my 50s now, and many of you probably don't believe me when I say that, but I am in my 50s. I don't. I mean, I might have 30, maybe 40 years left on the planet if I'm lucky, or I can not be here tomorrow. I don't know. But what I do know is that Disney doesn't have a team in place for that to happen. And I hate to give you that news. I wish the same as you, but I just don't see it happening. Right now, everything inside the organization that is Disney is toxic, from all the way from the C-suite through HR, which is the organization that's really reinforcing their bad ideas. They're garbage. Their internals are garbage. They've been eating Twinkies and nothing but for the last half decade or longer, maybe a whole decade, maybe 8, 9 years, 10 years, could be 10 years. They've been reinforcing very bad ideas in the name of activist politics. So there's that. JPS is on the way out the door. I hope you have a great weekend, my friend. You will be back for Midnight's Edge, which this will automatically redirect to. And our lovely Ms. Pick Cafe will make sure that the green machine goes there as well. I will not be there. I have a list of things I have to get done so that I can take care of the needs for you guys. So yeah, stick around after the show and check out another show. That's the way this is supposed to be designed. We're supposed to roll from one channel to another channel to another channel, especially for live streams. And folks, I'm going to make the commitment to you today that I will be going live on Tuesdays and Thursdays while the HCast is on hiatus. So keep that in mind. So just like yesterday's show, decent chance, better than even chance, that I will be back Tuesday with a live afternoon show as soon as the WDW Pro Show is over. Or perhaps even I may wait until after Vash is done with T3PO. Because you know what? That's the neighborly thing to do. I love doing the afternoon shows. They're a lot of fun. I might even stretch, like I said yesterday, during yesterday's afternoon show, YouTube may turn me back into a streamer. So maybe you get a video or two every day, but you're going to get a lot of live streaming. Because you guys support live streams, I get to see your support in the form of membership gifting and super chats and everything else that actually keeps the channel moving forward. Believe it or not, your contributions in that way don't even benefit. Well, they do benefit me. Sorry, they definitely benefit me, but they don't just benefit me. They benefit YouTube, and YouTube sees value in that, which is why channel growth will rise for live streaming. It seems like right now, even more so. There are many examples of that. So it's possible that, if I had the time and the team, I'd turn into Tim Pool, because I'd make sure he had 4 or 5 videos a day, and I'd make sure he had a live stream in the morning and probably one in the afternoon, because I love doing what I do, and it's because of all of you. So just keep that in mind. I'm here for you guys. Tuesday Tirade. I would love to bring that back. I got to talk to Tom. Tom's vacation has been great. He's been having a lovely time with Mike, from what I'm to understand, and and everybody else that's there, because it seems to be more people there, like the permanent house resident known as Nick from. it's not true. I make fun of Nick from Echo Base, but EBN is alive and well. Speaking of alive and well, I have the lovely Six sending me a pile of poop. This is how she shows her love for 99 cents. Thank you, dear. I love you guys so much. All right. We got more to get to. I'm going to go back to this so we can get to another story. This is the final story of the day. Don't turn into Tim Pool. You've got a better beard than Tim. Well, it's true. Actually, what's funny is you see the curve here. The curve is not actually there. I mean, there is a little bit of a curve to the side right now, and I'm going to beard oil that out this weekend. But what's really funny is I have curved gray hair. The pattern of the hair is a curve. It's an S. I'm like a reverse rogue. I've got my pattern on my beard. Anyway, and by the way, I don't intend to dye my beard unless some kind of an image consultant tells me to. I am going to trim down the beard to get a nice look, and I'm going to shave the neck as I do, because I'm never going to be called a neck beard. So even when my beard was down to here, I was not a neck beard. I always shaved under my chin. First of all, it's itchy and it's hot. Do you know how you don't have a hot beard? You shave your neck so there's a nice little gap. So anyway, it's crazy stuff. Tim Pool is bald. I am not. I am not. By the way, normally when my hair gets to this length is when I donate it. But this time around, I'm going to let it grow another 7 inches so that the next time I cut my hair, I still have long hair. So, because I try to donate about 7 inches at a time, if not more. So there's that. Yeah, it's really weird, right? Yeah, it's crazy. So I got to get, like I said, I can straighten the beard out, but I can't do anything about the gray patch. It's just the way it is. Anyway, Toback's like, culture is weaved. Not true. But I will be, like you said, probably in another, normally it seems like it's always around my birthday or Christmas where I do the hair donation. This year it's going to be probably in the spring or even approaching summer. We're going to get another 7 inches out of it. So there's that. 6. I'm not highlighting that comment. Anyway, let's get to your favorite Marvel character, Simu Liu. That's right. Shang-Chi. Terrible movie. Awful. Not to mention it has Aquafina in it. Also awful. This guy, awful. It may be okay in Kim's Convenience, but he's a complete douche. Normally I'd say douchebag, but I don't think he has the sack to be a bag. Anyway, Simu Liu upset that Superman sequel came so fast while Shang-Chi 2 still lacks a launch date. Well, you know what's interesting, Will, over at Cosmic Book News? Those are different franchises. One's Marvel
and one's DC. DC's on the reboot, on the rebound, whatever you want to call it. James Gunn is driving that thing forward as fast as the bus will travel. Right now, the bus doesn't have much on it, so it's a little easier to get a sequel to something. It's not really truly a sequel either, according to James Gunn. It's just the next film that has Superman in it. Shang-Chi 2, well, Shang-Chi 1 was a failure, a flop, a terrible film, and, well, not something the fans wanted to explore in the first place. So that might be why it lacks a launch date. But according to Will, the swift turn of events that Gunn has announced, Superman Man of Tomorrow, is set to hit theaters on July 9 of 2027. Do you think we're going to get a Shang-Chi 2 by then? Probably not. And I just want to say good riddance to that character. It's dumb. They could have done it much better, and they could have had a much better actor, but they don't, and that's a sad thing. When you look at it, though, it was described as a hit, the Superman film, earning $611 million worldwide, the majority of that here in domestic markets, which means it did take home a little more money than it would have if this were a worldwide number driven by international, like it normally is. But regardless, it's not profitable. And I really don't care what James Gunn and DC say, because it's a lie. It did not make money. It's okay. I mean, it's close to making money, probably, and kind of needed to sneak up to 700 million, especially because of the promotion budget. But hey, call it what you will. But Simu Liu on X reacted to the announcement of Superman Man of Tomorrow with a simple blank stare emoji. Fans immediately read it as a tongue-in-cheek response, pointing out the contrast between Superman quickly getting a sequel while Shang-Chi 2 still hadn't been announced and probably won't be. This is kind of funny. So, by the way, this is not going to be your family-safe Superman because, well, James Gunn will likely take Superman the direction of the Peacemaker, and we're going to get some weird scenes that are not appropriate for kids. But Simu Liu's little blank stare emoji, yeah, telling. Whatever. But DC did strike fast. Man of Tomorrow is going to come quickly, and Lou is just going to continue to be frustrated. So the post on X was congratulatory on the surface, but fans immediately picked up the subtext, pointing out that Superman has a sequel before Shang-Chi does. Many fans joked about the irony, calling it a comedic but telling sign of how Marvel has slowed down compared to DC. Well, they slowed down because they are producing negative money each and every time, and Disney has probably also learned that having Aquafina in things kills it. I mean, this is a woman who was also in Ocean's 8, which was DOA as well. So yeah, and having her sing in a singing role in an animated thing. It's not even animated, it's live action. That was a bad plan. Crazy. But Shang-Chi's box office and sequel status didn't make a lot of money. $432 million worldwide, was not even close to break even for Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings in 2021. And despite stating that a sequel would happen, Marvel Studios still hasn't moved forward. It's not on the board right now. And that's a good thing. The absence of any announcement only fuels speculation about the character's future. It's dead. If he ends up in Avengers Doomsday, it's probably because they ran out of people to put in chairs. By the way, it's over 33 characters yet to be announced in the chair format that we all loved for 5.5 hours. But Lou returning in Avengers Doomsday, that's about all he can hope for, and apparently that's going to happen. He was confirmed to return, which will release on December 18th, 2026. My friends, if this film releases on December 18th of 2026, if we do get Avengers Doomsday on that particular day, it's going to be goodness awful, terrible, disaster. Because it meant that they would have shortcut things, rushed things, and basically continued on the same path that they're on. And if you watch today's video, you'll understand how destructive that is. Um, yeah, Shang-Chi director moves to Spider-Man. I wonder why. Which also means that Destin Daniel Cretton is going to give us a brand new day worthy of every feminist film that Marvel's produced. And I'm not kidding. I did a video on that earlier in the week, which YouTube slapped down as well. So if you have a chance today, get a chance to catch up on films thanks to the playlist that Six encouraged me to produce, because I have a feeling that's the only way you're going to see those, because you're not going to be recommended. This is actually true. Biggles always proves me wrong. Good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. Looking forward to the 17th at this point. Anyway, Biggles says she wasn't completely awful in Renfield, the Nick Cage vampire movie about his assistant. Well, was that the case, or was Nicholas Hoult just that good that he overcame the dumpy looking Aquafina? Don't know. And she was dumpy looking in that movie. Anyway, 10 rings are finger rings and are parts of super high tech Macklin spaceship, not magic. Well, learn something every day. Why was well, I don't know. Were they Titan rings then? Because they were around the arms of his father. I don't know. They confused all that stuff. Oh, is it the 12th? Wait a minute. It's the 12th? I thought it was the 17th. Dude, you're going to have to mail me. I'm going to have to produce extra videos that day. Good to see you, Alex Piles. Good to see you. And look at all you people. Are you talking about Karate Kid? That was terrible. Holy cow. What a mistake that was. All right, let's get back to your thoughts, and then we're going to wrap it, because we've got to go over and check out Midnight's Edge in the morning, and I have to give you a window to watch today's video, which is just under 10 minutes long, so you should make it. Is there anything I missed I wanted to highlight? Cinema Storm says, all Americans are saying no more woke critical race theory and DEI, and all sucks. It's all racist. True. Thank you, Cinema Storms. This is a great name. Well done on the selection. Also, I appreciate the avatar face reveal. Say hi to Cinema Storms. Let's see if anybody else commented before we get out of here. Farewell and enjoy. Indeed. Do get a chance to do that. Yeah, his father, the Mandarin. Yeah. Mandarin has 10 rings on his fingers. MCU sucks. Yeah, well, they were bracelets in the movie. So this whole thing sucks. That whole thing sucked. And I didn't enjoy it. And they'd already ruined the Mandarin for most of us. Downtown Abbey, I say it wrong on purpose, kids, is coming out on 9/12. We will be going, and I will review it. Awesome. So check out Jill Powers' channel, Dr. Jill Powers, the River Daughter, and see that review when it comes out. So, Brummable! Yesterday was Little Chad's birthday. Make sure you all go over to Ascendant Art. That's right. This is Friday. Ascendant Art is an evening podcast after the Friday Night Tights folks are done, and usually about an hour and a half gap, sometimes two. You get Ascendant Art podcast. It's great. A lot of fun. Very informed, very humor-filled. Not quite caught on with enough people yet, but it's a good time. Everything. Culture often stops by and appears on those streams. That is actually true. And with that, folks, not this Sunday, but in a coming Sunday, the Late Night Culture Show will return to Sundays. There will be a point at which I will be back to streaming 7 days a week. Unbelievable. We've come full circle, ladies and gentlemen. On that note, be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others. And until next time, well, hope to see you right here. Have a great weekend, everybody, and see you tomorrow morning on the Saturday News Update.
Yeah. Sometimes I get so mad, there's no controlling me. My thoughts get so bad, I'm like, I might grab a bat, I don't know. My wrath, my blood boils over like, oh God, here goes. I lost all feeling from my head to my toes. You said some shit that I can't let go, so just stay tuned for the rest of the show. So have you ever felt betrayed? Switches how you see things, realize something needs change. Cause I know you got me fucked up, let me show you what's up. Cause enough is enough. I'll take a face full of pavement just to make a statement. I know there's no turning back. Oh God, adrenaline wasted, so mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back. I'll do what it takes, I ain't making mistakes like that. I'll play it on your face just to make you go take it back. I'll lose my shit, I go crazy when I'm mad. And now you go wish you would shut the fuck up real bad. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. I don't fucking take smoke, I'ma poke a hole through you, choking's overdue. Come at me and you won't get any older, dude, crack your holder too. Heating up inside of me, blood so violently, thanks for trying me. Now it's finally time to see how this ride